Welcome to another episode of The Couch Coach. You're about to watch a real, one-on-one coaching call with me and an Ivy industry member, which is part of our efforts to help flippers unlock their flipping potential. Ivy Industry blends a weekly mastermind with personalized sessions like this so that flippers can get the tailored guidance they need to reach the next level. If you're curious or interested, just click on the Ivy Industry link below and start your application today. I'll see you on the other side.
So, man, today I want to talk to you about kind of like my business plan. And I mean, you talk to a lot of other like flippers and people that have kind of scaled up and grown their business out.
Wait,
so
hold on. Before we do that, can you just check your app?
Yeah, I got it. So new individual return assigned.
There you go.
Got it. Okay.
Okay. You can see it in action now. Yeah.
There's a returns tab now. Okay. Perfect. Fantastic. Rancho Santa Fe. I think that's not as far as.
It's like a little north of San Diego.
Rancho Santa Fe. Yeah. It's a drive, but it's okay. Figure it out.
So can you do me a favor and accept it?
Got it. So just so I know, like when you send these out, is it going to everyone in the area or is it just going to me?
So we talked about exclusivity, right?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So I mean, your market's going to be LA. Anything in LA County.
Yeah.
I'm going to send to you. So I mean, this is technically. I don't have an exclusive deal in place in San Diego. I have like flippers in San Diego. So in the future you wouldn't get this, but I'm sending this to you just because I want you to like see the tech really, and you're willing to pick it up. So the way this is going to work in the future, Dorian, is whoever has the app is going to actually be able to see the returns when they get posted, and then, but they're not going to be able to buy it. The only person who's able to buy it is if like you have exclusivity, then an exclusive partner, or it's going to be someone that's like in Ivy industry that can buy it a la carte, but they don't have exclusive. So right now I've realized like it's more beneficial for me to try and like make sure all the returns move than it is for me to try to sell subscription. So that's why I'm like offering exclusive. Like it's like if you're willing to pick up everything and I don't have to worry about it, then all right, there's just one more thing off my plate. I can go find more retailers. If I have more inventory, then like that's really the important thing. Getting more retailers, getting more inventory, moving more returns. So I'd rather do that than like have 3 people in LA, for example, that can compete over returns and buy them. But like anyone that is currently using Ivy Flip will be able to see that we have these returns in the app. They just won't be able to buy them. And then what this is going to convert to is if you want access to the returns, you're going to jump on a waiting list. And then, let's say we get to a point where you can't handle excess capacity in LA, I'm going to go down the waiting list.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's the model here.
Got it. Okay. I will need a bit of a favor right now, just because, like I said, I was doing some health stuff last few weeks. It's been slow for me. So is it okay if once I like either sell this or once I get some cash in a few days from some stuff I'm processing?
So the way the system works now, you're going to need the cash up front.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to get the customer's information until you pay. Okay.
So what I would need, I would say probably just a couple, like 2 days. Like I have some stuff I'm getting back in the swing of like pickups that I've had and I'm cleaning and posting. So I'll have some cash in a few days and I can.
Okay. How about this? Why don't I reassign this one? Because it's like San Diego. And frankly, you're not going to make that much money on this one anyway, I think.
It's probably, I guess you're right. It probably would be like, honestly, if I'm paying 164 and it's at 1,000 MSRP, I probably would make, let's call it like 2 something.
Yeah. And you got to drive, pick it up.
Fuel and everything.
Yeah. So this is easier if I give it to someone in San Diego. And then I'm a little worried because let's say LA turns back on.
Yeah.
We're getting like 10, 15 returns a week in LA, and you're going to need cash up front.
Yeah. That won't be an issue. Honestly, I would say within a couple days. Like, it's just that like I was just kind of down for like a week and a half. So a couple of days that won't be an issue. And I have my business partner too. So
okay.
I'm saying like and I have to get him added onto this. So between the two of us, we'll be good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Cause I mean, like once this turns back on, it's like on, right?
Yeah. No, we'll be good. We'll be good.
Okay. So I mean, like it could be
good to this point, and looking at this stuff that I'm going to be posting here in the next I have some stuff that's already like sold or seems to be delivered like this week. So, and between that and stuff I'm posting in the next couple of days,
okay. Do you not have like a credit card?
I try to steer clear of them, to be honest. But I try to steer clear. But I mean, maybe like a business line, like a small line of credit might not be a bad idea.
Yeah. I mean, I would get a credit card, like like even if it is a personal card, it's what you use it for that's important.
Yeah.
And buying inventory on credit is very different than, buying a round of shots at the bar.
For sure. No, it does make sense. It does make sense. Because these things are foolproof. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they will sell.
You understand the business model really well at this point, right?
Yeah, they're foolproof, right? So it's like I'm not afraid to borrow, to pay for this because it's going to sell.
Right. I mean, we look at your spreadsheet. You did like when we were active from June 16th to July 15th, 1 month, exactly 1 month. You made 16 grand gross profit.
Yeah.
Very solid.
Yeah.
And so if you have a little bit of cash flow to help you with the liquidity to acquire the returns up front, like, because I don't want to end up in a situation where you can't accept the returns and then you lose, because I have to sell the returns, right?
Yeah, for sure. So, and honest, this one in San Diego, like I'm not against it.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to maybe hit my partner up and be like, hey, like I just need you to pay for this one real quick, and he could probably do it.
Okay.
So if you're cool with that, I can hit him up and I'll ping you back. Hey,
it's up to you.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
So, we'll do that.
All right. So let's shift. So that's clear. I mean, you're getting the returns in the app.
And he needs to delete and reinstall, correct? And then he'll have you provisioned him to have the industry version.
I don't think I did that yet.
I think we talked about it yesterday. I don't know if he did it yet or not, but I think.
If we did yesterday, what was his name again? Louis. Yeah, actually I did. So he has IV Industry, but he has a separate instance of the app than you.
Yeah.
So he's not going to see the returns in his app.
Okay. Got it. Now, now that I have the returns tab in my app, is it like automated? Like once you get a return, it will just pop through, or do you have to like push it to me?
I have to push it to you.
Okay. So if we were to both see it, it would then have to be pushed to both of us. Okay. So I
can only push it to one person.
Got it. Okay. All right.
So
fine.
For example, what I could do is I could push it to him right now instead.
Got it. No, just to keep it simple, like let's just keep it going to me, because then it'll be like, yeah, all right, let's do it that way.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and then you can communicate. And then like right now we don't have like multiple seats. So like he has an account and you have an account. In the future, we'll probably have like team accounts. So like multiple people can have the same access to the same database.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it works for me.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, here's the business model. What I like my goal with this is I want to have like 4 different, I think, streams of revenue, right? So I want to have the returns. I want to have whatever kind of like deals that I can't pass up that are like cherry picks off of marketplace. I want to start working with staging companies. So buying their inventory, because they're always posting on marketplace. Hey, we're having an inventory sale and blah, blah, blah. And like they're dealing with the same issue that everyone else is no one has a truck. Right. So it's like, unless you have a truck, you can't really go pick up their stuff and they're kind of stuck in the warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
I also want to work with stagers, and I've gotten some interest on this already, is like the fact that, I told you about it, is, hey, I have these brands at 50% of retail. Right. And so my goal would be to sell them the piece. And then once they're done with it, like maybe I'll buy it back for, let's call it, if I sold it for, easy round numbers. If I sold it for 500, I'll buy it back for 100, and then I'll sell it to someone like a regular consumer. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But then what I've also noticed is that the stagers are willing to pay more money for pieces than the consumer is. So it's like I can sell it to them for 50% and they're ecstatic about it.
Right.
Whereas like the average consumer will only buy it for like max like 40%.
Yeah. So if you look at like trade programs that are offered by retailers, you can apply it. You need to show that you're like a licensed professional interior designer, stager, whatever. And then usually the best that they're getting is 30% off. So their discount, they usually get it 30% off for being in the trade program. So if you can offer it at 50%, it's an advantage. But the difference is they can shop the whole catalog, right?
Right.
Through the trade program. Whereas
Right.
like this is gonna be piece by piece.
I guess the question is for the trade program, what could that be like subscription revenue where it's like, hey, for $100 a month, you're a part of our trade program and you get these things for 50% off?
I actually have no idea.
Okay.
Never.
I would assume, I mean, I don't know how it works, but
Yeah.
I'll have to figure it out. I'll probably just call some different companies and ask to be a part of their trade program and see like what they tell me or the requirements are.
Mm.
I would imagine there's some screening, whether it be like, okay, where's your credentials, but then also like you got to pay us a certain amount to be a part of it, because like we're just giving 30% off for nothing,
Well, it's business. It's basically like wholesale, right? It's like you open up a trade account and they're giving you a discount because you're going to do volume with them. That's the expectation.
Got it. I guess my challenge would be they can't shop the catalog, so the volume wouldn't
Right.
necessarily.
You can't shop the whole catalog, but I mean, basically, you're still the plug, and you're giving them a great access to inventory that is significantly off retail. And normally, like the best they can get is like 30% off. You're giving it to 50% off, and you're going to have an assortment of items that they're going to need anyway. So
yeah.
It could be very lucrative.
Okay. So that's one part of it, and then I want to dabble in this other part where cause I see I met this upholstery, really good. She works in the movie industry, but she also does like side projects. And so I'm like, what I want to do is like get like I see all these pieces for like restoration hardware or whatever, and they're thrashed, like, but the frame is still good, springs are still good, the cushions are still the cushions maybe need to be stuffed. And have her either just like kind of get some fabric and restore them back to normal, or like do different designs that like you can't buy at the retailer, right? Mm-hmm. But it's like, hey, this is the restoration hardware, frame couch, and then do like some colors or designs that like that are kind of like custom almost, and do that. Like that would be very small scale and just kind of see where it goes. But I'm wondering if you have anyone who's doing some type of like rehab to like, higher end stuff and kind of like what their margins are looking like.
Yeah, I know a guy who rehabs like most of his couches. You can find him on Facebook. His name is Joey Writing. He's out in Tennessee, I believe.
Okay.
I'll send you his Facebook profile.
Okay, cool.
I'll text it to you. You could talk to him. And this guy, like, basically, he fully deconstructs couches and then rebuilds them.
Yeah.
Yeah. He doesn't just do it for like higher end stuff though. Like this is like it's a very special skill set, right? To be able to completely break down a couch and then rebuild it. So he'll take like trash, like things people are throwing out. He'll rehab it and then sell it for like $500, I think.
Yeah. I mean I would be looking more so like to get. So for example, I have these two restoration hardware, like I think they're like Belgian track arm linen slipcover sofas. They're like 6-footers. Like they'd be really nice, like a living room. So I'm like, all right, we're gonna buy the linen covers. We're going to either just make them white or dye them like a unique color that like you couldn't get from RH directly, and then sell them maybe as a set for like $1,200 or $1,500 or whatever the number is, but like something where like the margins are good, And it's like in a way it's kind of passive because I don't have to clean it. I don't have to. I'm just like sourcing the inventory, giving it to this, this upholstery lady. She does it. I give her a percentage of profit. I deliver it, and that's it.
Yeah.
But it's not.
For that stuff, I would say that's more opportunistic, right? Like if you can get access to the inventory and you have the people or the skill set to rehabilitate it, then these are high value items and you can make money on it.
Right.
But it's like, how often are you going to come across these deals? Do you have a reliable way of sourcing it? So that's why it's more
like often. Like there's very often like something that's like this a high end piece, but it's just thrashed. Like the fabric is just destroyed, and they're like always like free. You know what I mean? So it's like I would probably only be looking to do to start like 5 or so a month, and then I'm like if I can take between $250 and $500 profit from each of those, I'm happy. You know what I mean? Because it's like it's very passive.
Is it passive?
Well, it's not passive. I would probably need to make on it. Let's call it $400 each to make it worth it. And then I would say like, okay, then maybe I could scale it out and get more upholstery people doing it. And then it's like, because she's a part of like a union, and they all do this stuff on the side, but they just can't. It's hard for them to like find consistent work enough to like leave the, you know what I mean, to like I feel like there could be. I'm gonna test it out, but see if you knew anyone who was doing something. So I'm gonna test it out and kind of see how it works.
Yeah, I haven't heard of. It's a lot of work. I think if you're going to do something like that, I think you're underestimating how much money you need to make, like gross, for that to be worth your time and energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the only comment I have there. Try it out. See what you get. But I think from what you said, really, there's only one. There's like one business model here. Let's say maybe there's two. One is flipping, and the other is returns.
Yeah.
And then working with stagers, that's just distribution. So, you can sell on, like, where are you selling? You could sell to your email list of staging companies. You could sell on Facebook Marketplace. And then you have two types of inventory. One is like used stuff, and like some stuff here, like you buy in sellable condition, you dust it off and you repost it. Other stuff, like there are varying stages of repair that you need to do. So it's actually basically the same business model, which is a good thing. Like, you don't want to try and execute 5 business models simultaneously. Like I've learned, we've done a lot of different things over the years at Ivy Flip. I think we would have been better off like picking a couple and being more focused on those things. Because you'll just end up getting like spread thin and then not very efficient at any of them. So if I were you, Dorian, like over the next month, like returns are turning back on. You made 16 grand gross profit just doing returns with us for over the period of a month.
Yeah.
Like, what if we sent you like 50 returns in that time period? What if we send you 60 or 70, right? Like, I would just focus on like maximizing that, right? Because if we can make another 16, or now it's 20 in the next month, like you're doing pretty good, right? And then from there, the returns program is going to keep growing. We're going to keep getting more returns. We'll, just keeping up with that volume might be like a full-time task in and of itself.
Right.
Yeah. And then, because like flips, like as you know, like a used couch flip probably takes 50 to 100% more energy than flipping a return.
Oh, definitely 100% more, without a doubt. I would say even more than that, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
If you're not getting it where it's like you have to do nothing to it, like if you have to put any type of work into it, and like one thing I've noticed about the LA market is like people want their couches cleaned, like they want it to be spotless, and then they also don't want to pay a ton. You know what I mean? Because like the thing with LA, and I think probably the same with like somewhere like New York, is that people have like this illusion, because you can go on Marketplace and there's 100 West Elms, there's a bunch of restoration hardware. Like there's a bunch of different like nice brands on there, and so they're like, oh well, like I can get one for $300, and it's like, well, no, you can't, because like you don't have a truck, you're not going to be on it. Like they don't understand the value like chain, and so like they're just not willing to pay. Like I see people in different places where like there may be like one West Elm store with like 100-mile radius, and like there it's like that thing is like a gem. So they're willing to pay more to buy it because it's so rare, and in different cities, and whereas like here it's like it's not special. It's not necessarily special,
Yeah, there's a lot of supply, a lot of high-end supply.
There's a lot of supply, and it's like it's the illusion of supply, because they don't have the ability to go get that, West Elm Andes that popped up for $100 that's spotless. They don't understand that like there are other flippers that are on it. They don't have a truck. They don't understand that like there are steps that go into getting that. And so like they don't get that still buying it from me from 1,200 is still a deal. Like they don't connect those dots, So it is what it is, but have to just work within that,
Yeah. So I think, look, these are all good ideas. I think especially over time, they can matriculate into legitimate sources of revenue for you. But I think the core logic here is like returns are turning back on.
Yeah.
The app is ready. You're going to get exclusive in LA insofar as you can maintain, that acceptance rate we discussed. And then you also have, you and your partner also have access to the Ivy Flip app. So you're going to be seeing deals that they get posted on Facebook. If it's a really good deal, go get it. Like if it's a flip, you can make $1,000 on, like it's worth the time and energy.
Yeah.
But otherwise, like my hope is like to keep you busy enough that like you're not running around looking for things to flip, right? Like,
and that's my goal with Marketplace, is just kind of to cherry pick, right? Like just cherry pick the things where it's like, oh, I can't pass that up. Like I'll make $1,000, or if it's like if I'll make $800 and it's like not far from me, you know what I mean? Like just easy stuff where like it's already clean. I got to do nothing to it. And it's like a good margin. Like that's the goal of Marketplace now, is just to kind of cherry pick the stuff. That's like,
so, like I'm less keen on this idea of like rehabbing furniture, because to your point, like these high end, there's like a dime a dozen. You could probably get one that you don't need to put a lot of work into, that you can flip for $1,000, rather than like something you're gonna have to really labor over and then maybe only make 500 gross because of the additional cost of labor. That doesn't seem like a great model, but if I were in your shoes, right, it's like being ready for the returns when they come, because they're coming like hopefully today, maybe tomorrow, but they're coming like this week for sure, right? Because my number one priority is getting this turned back on. So like, and they're coming, right? And you're currently have exclusive rights to our biggest market in the United States is LA. Actually, yeah, it's LA, New York. Surprisingly, we get more returns in LA, and I think it's just because of the retailers that we work with. So currently, LA is like our biggest market.
Yeah, they're here. Like the retailers are here, so like they're more well known here because they're local.
Yeah, exactly. So like just getting ready for that flow of returns, and then secondarily working on your distribution. So the distribution, like if you have staging companies that are ready to buy, great. That means like as soon as you get it, like that thing is sold. That's a great place to be. But if not, then building out your brand. That's what I'd be looking to do. So yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that. I'm planning to build a website, just to give myself kind of footprint. I feel like there was something on your app that I saw that like you guys are looking to help flippers build websites, or like are offering that service. But like, I guess tell me more about that.
Yeah, so if you can claim your IV store. If you go to the app, there's a section called IV store. You enter a little bit of information about you, your business, and it'll create your storefront for you. It's kind of like if you have a house that you're looking to rent, then you put it on Airbnb. If you have a couch that you want to sell, you put it on the IV store.
Got it.
And it creates a storefront for you on our platform. So it's not your own domain. So it'll be like ivflip.com/Dorian's couches, something like that, right? And then you can put all your inventory on there, and then you can synchronize it with Facebook, OfferUp, Craigslist, the IV store. And then yes, in the future we do want to give like an actual website builder to our customers. We're just not there yet. So today I recommend Shopify.
Shopify?
Yeah, I recommend Shopify. And it's like a lot easier to build websites nowadays. Frankly, you can just like tell ChatGPT what you want, and it'll pretty much code whatever you want.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. And so you wouldn't recommend like a Squarespace or a Wix or something like that?
No, not for I mean, those are good for. You can certainly use any of those.
Informational type of websites, but not like product moving.
Yeah, I mean the advantage to using like WordPress, for example, is like free. It's cheaper. But if you want to actually have products on your storefront that you're selling, like Shopify is going to be the easiest, most turnkey thing for that.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, so I would be working on your branding. Like if you're not incorporated, incorporate.
Yeah, I was just talking to my CPA, and he was like, I was just showing him kind of my numbers, and he was like, "Yeah, it's time to need a bookkeeper," which I don't think I need. I'm going to just get like a what you call it, just like an app, like Wave or something that's just like leave my bank account, because like it's so simple, bro. It's like I don't have a bunch of like different categories. It's like I buy, I sell, I have gas, I may have a rental truck fee. Like it's very simple stuff. So I'm like,
you could just use the Ivy Flip sales tracker.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. Literally, if you just use the sales tracker, it does all your bookkeeping for you, basically.
Okay, yeah, like that's way easier. So, but he's like, yeah, you're making enough, and I think he initially wanted me to get an LLC, but I'm thinking, like from the way the returns were rolling, I'm like, I probably just need to incorporate, honestly. But I think for right now, right now I know my next thing is I just need to get like my business license and other things, just like locally, so that like I don't get like so all that stuff is kind of like fleshed out. Yeah. Incorporate. I mean, look, you can incorporate later, but that would be on my radar. I would like create a name for your business. Yeah, that, and there's not even a domain for it right now, which is good. Your brand, get your logo, and then one thing is like you're interacting with people on Facebook transactionally, so it's just like you're interacting with them on an item by item basis, like. But
time you talk to someone on Facebook is an opportunity to take that transaction and turn it into a branded interaction instead. So you're like, hey, I have this for sale. And if you want more, or you're like, and by the way, I always get deals from these retailers at great prices. If you want to buy more furniture, come check out my Instagram page, come check out my website.
Right.
So I would have that thing that you can send them to. And that is probably the highest leverage use of your time in the immediate term, other than just being ready for the velocity of returns that we're going to send you. Like the operational component of that is you're getting from these customers anyway, might as well take them and transfer them over into something that you have more control over, which is like your own website or your own Facebook drop group or Instagram page. So I think that's the key move for you right now.
Yeah, I agree. And it's like I'm starting to get like it's funny, like I message people, I didn't even know they were staging companies, but like they were like, oh, do you sell furniture? I'm buying stuff all the time. You know what I mean? And so it's just like I'm at a point now where it's like, and even I had a neighbor of mine, like they were actually her parents. The guy was like a successful executive at like IBM for many years. They just moved out here, like help her with her son and stuff like that. And he has like some really high-end pieces that he needs to sell. And like, do you have a car? And I'm like, no, I don't. So this is like I'm at a point now where I'm like I'm needing a brand. You know what I mean? Like I'm needing a brand. And so yeah, like those are things that are all on my radar to kind of like probably tackle like over the weekend and just like start like getting a logo, getting a brand. Like, would you recommend creating a business page on Facebook? Like,
business page, Instagram page, drop group. Like you could have all of the above. I think it's more important to have at least one and then be active on that one than to have like 4 things and then be like marginally active on all 4.
Yeah.
So, figure out what's going to be the best format for you. Honestly, I think LA, like Instagram might be your best bet.
Yeah. I think just to start, I'm going to do the drop group just because like I've always saved all of my conversations over like the past like year and a half. I'm just going to blast a message out to all those people and be like, hey, go over to this drop group bubble. You know what I mean? Like that's the first thing I'll do. And then I'll go to Instagram and then I'll do the website. But at least I can put people back to in terms of the drop group with those 2.
Yeah. So remember, like the drop group was for people that are doing like waves of used couches.
Yeah.
But the returns business model is a little bit different.
Yeah.
And you're getting all kinds of inventory. And, so I think from that standpoint, it's not going to be a drop group in that like you could still drop, right? You could still have releases, but it's not going to be like just couches.
Yeah. For sure.
And then I think, LA is a bit of a higher end market. So I'm not sure if the drop group is going to be the best mechanism for tapping into the audience there or like an Instagram page. Instagram's a little more aesthetic, can potentially reach a bit of a higher end consumer too.
Yeah.
You could try both.
Yeah, I agree. I just think in terms of like immediate impact, I think the drop group is probably going to give me the most initial ROI because the IG page would have to grow. You know what I mean? So it's just like I'm like in terms of I probably have a somewhat captive audience of like over 1,000 people that I've talked to over the past year that I can just kind of blast messages out to. I can like message all and send them over to the page, and then you know what I mean. And then I think from there I'll create the Instagram page and
So whatever it is, I think the important thing is you pick one, you focus on it.
Yeah.
I don't have the answers. Instagram going to be better? Is a Facebook group going to be better? But you need something that you're funneling your interactions over to. And it could be, you could funnel it to Instagram as well. Like you're just messaging people through Messenger, right? Just tell them to follow you on Instagram.
Yeah.
Fair
enough. Good point. All right. Well, man, I know we're over time, but I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And we'll get everything rock and rolling.
Cool. Yeah, excited to get this rolling. Believe me, excited to get this rolling.
No, it's all good. It's all good. So yeah, I'll talk to my partner. We'll get this one handled. But no, we'll be good.
Cool. Thanks, Dorian. Bye.